We think we know the story of humanity. We believe we are the first, the only spark of high intelligence to ever grace this planet, a lonely miracle in a silent cosmos. But what if the oldest legends from every corner of the globe are not fairy tales? What if they are eyewitness accounts, fragmented memories of those who were here before us? A desperate warning about a race they called the Shining Ones. From the highest peaks of the Himalayas to the deepest parts of the Amazon, from the deserts of ancient Egypt to the farthest islands of Polynesia, the foundational myths of humanity all describe the same impossible beings. They were tall, they were slender, and their bodies emanated a soft, ethereal internal light. The texts are very clear. These were not spirits, not gods in the ethereal sense. They were described as beings of flesh and blood, but not like us, a species parallel to our own. And in every culture, separated by oceans and millennia, their name was almost identical. The Sumerians called them the Anunnaka, which could be translated as the Shining Ones, who descended to raise humanity from the mud. Ancient Tibetan texts speak of the people of the primordial light, a super race that inhabited vast glowing cities and needed no fire for warmth or light. The Polynesian priests remember the Kahuna Loa, the great shining teachers who brought them knowledge of the stars from across the sea. And the earliest Egyptian legends speak not of the pharaohs, but of the Shimzu Hor, the followers of Horus. They were described as powerful, radiant beings of immense wisdom who laid the very foundations of the Giza Plateau in a time before time. How can the myths of disconnected continents all describe the exact same race? Perhaps because they are not myths. Archaeologists have long found artifacts and anomalies that have been quietly ignored because they don't fit our accepted timeline. In the deep, unmapped caves of Indonesia, explorers have found ancient handprints painted on the walls. But these are no ordinary paintings. They are negative prints, created by placing a hand on the wall and spraying pigment over it. And in some cases, the rock beneath the handprint contains a mixture of phosphorescent minerals that, when the light is gone, cause the handprint itself to glow with a haunting, ghostly light. The strangest part? The specific, rare minerals used to create this long-lasting effect are not found anywhere in those regions. It's as if the beings who left those marks had this glowing substance on their very skin. On the remote islands of the Pacific, certain megalithic statues show evidence of extreme, localized heating. Not from a fire, not from the sun. The stone itself seems to have been heated from within to over 1,000 degrees Celsius, causing its surface to vitrify into a thin, glassy layer, as if the statues were once representations of beings who literally glowed with an intense internal energy. And deep within the earth, from Eastern Europe to South America, spelunkers have found the glass corridors, tunnels that defy explanation, caverns with walls that are not rough and jagged, but impossibly smooth, as if polished to the consistency of glass. Geologists have confirmed these are not volcanic formations. The walls were melted, not by magma, but by a focused energy hotter than a rocket engine, a plasma that left behind no scorch marks. The legends are disturbingly specific about what this race was like. The Shining Ones lived in a primordial age, before the first known human civilizations. They possessed a calm, serene, almost alien intelligence, a deep connection to the Earth's energy fields. They could see in absolute darkness, their own light piercing the gloom like 1,000 candles. They used light and energy itself as a tool, shaping stone and communicating across vast distances. They walked without leaving footprints, as if they floated just above the ground. But there is a far more terrifying aspect to their story. The legends don't say they died out. They say that when the world changed, they went deeper. And the evidence of their subterranean world is now being discovered, a globe-spanning network of impossible engineering. Ground-penetrating radar under the Antarctic ice has revealed vast networks of tunnels, some stretching for hundreds of miles. They are perfectly circular, impossibly smooth, and cannot be the result of natural glacial erosion. In Turkey, the ancient underground city of Derinkuyu descends 20 levels deep into the earth, with massive rolling stone doors, stables, temples, and enough room for 20,000 people. Its ventilation system is perfect, and geologists have noted that the very rock of its chambers seems to resonate at a specific frequency, like a massive quartz crystal. Our ancestors did not possess the technology to carve this. It was inherited. In the Brazilian highlands, explorers have found colossal tunnels, some 12 feet wide, with smooth, scalloped walls, as if bored through the solid rock by a gigantic thermal laser. What if these are not just mysteries? What if they are the ruins, the abandoned highways of their hidden world? The legends from every culture agree on one final, terrifying point. The Shining Ones retreated from the surface world after a great cataclysm that darkened the sun, an event that stole the light from the world. This could have been the ash cloud from a global supervolcano. It could have been the impact winter after an asteroid strike, or it could have been a catastrophic war that scorched the sky itself. Consider what this means for a race defined by light, a bioluminescent species whose entire biology and technology might have been powered by solar or ambient energy. A world plunged into darkness for years or even centuries would not just be an inconvenience, it would be an extinction-level event. Their retreat into the earth was not a choice. It was a desperate act of survival, a flight into the geothermal warmth of the planet's core to escape the cold, suffocating darkness that had consumed their world. They did not go extinct. They simply shifted their civilization into a new, hidden cycle of existence deep within the earth, waiting for the surface world to heal. A silent, patient kingdom of light, thriving in the eternal dark. And this is the most unsettling part of the story. An ancient Tibetan prophecy, echoed in other texts around the world, states a chilling warning. When the world of men becomes too bright with its own false fires and forgets the true light, the people of the primordial light will return to reclaim what was theirs. If they were here before us, if they retreated into a world hidden just beneath our feet, and if they are still there watching and waiting through the millennia, then perhaps we are not the masters of this planet. We are merely the tenants, and our lease is about to expire.